Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and happy Monday. I got my fingers crossed today's gonna be a great day. So I hope you had a great weekend. Mine was a little interesting, and let's just say I'm glad to be home. So I got to come home and make this layout Sunday night. So I am doing the voiceover, just a couple hours before it goes live. So it's fresh in my head and it's literally still sitting on my desk. So I shouldn't forget anything I've done. That being said, my memory is not so great. So there's always that potential. So I am using day 10's sketch from Paper Issues, and it is made by my friend Erica. She is the one of the sweetest people I have ever met. So I feel super lucky to have got to know her, not only like at scrapbook retreats and online, but when her and I were on the Paper Issues design team, you get to know somebody that much better, which was super awesome. So I am using the Simple Stories Hearth and Home collection, which is part of my How to Kill a Kit with Style. And I don't have a lot of paper left. I have two 12 by 12 pieces of paper, this one being one. So this sketch was perfect because it called for a border. So I gutted this beautiful gingham paper. And I used what I thought was just a plain piece of white cardstock. So I trim it down and I flip it over, and it's it's one of those papers that is designed to have like a resist on it to do some mixed media. But I'm like, you know what? I've already trimmed it down. It's just going to be my thick piece of white cardstock. That's the way it's going to be. So I go ahead and glue that down. I do distress my edges with my scissors. I need an edge distresser so bad. Every time I go to order it from Paper Issues, it's out. I haven't found anything locally. It's gonna happen though. I am gonna find one because otherwise I'm worried that there's going to be a tragedy and I'm going to end up with splatters that literally look like blood, because they are on my paper. So I haven't made any real scrappy goals for 2022. I do plan on using my stash. I'm not in a spending freeze per se, but I definitely would like to not spend anything until I move into the new house, just because it's less to move. But I'm gonna buy an edge distresser. That's gonna happen. Truth be told, I kind of already purchased the new Maggie Holmes because, that's like my thing. That's my jam. I gotta always have the newest Maggie Holmes that there is. And so I text my friends and I was like, okay, so I was naughty and purchased this. And Amber, she's the best. And she's like, well, that's like cheating on your husband with your husband. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm totally off the hook for that. So what have I done on this layout? I have taken the scraps that I have and I am making those strips behind my photo. The photo is of my husband and my kids, and we are at the Grand Canyon. We literally live an hour and a half away from the Grand Canyon. This is how sad this is. We live an hour and a half away from the Grand Canyon, and my son is 17 and my daughter is 13, and this is the first time we have taken them there. So the Grand Canyon, being that it's in the state of Arizona, is our home. So I thought that this frame was perfect. It's not a Polaroid frame like in the sketch, but it's still the frame. So it still gives you that great idea. So I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I put the frame on the photo. Done. I've got my strips of paper. I did do a little bit of stenciling in the background with a Vicky Bouton stencil from Kaleidoscope that I got from Paper Issues, and some Distress Oxide and mustard seed, and just did a little bit in the back. Of course, you know, the thing with mixed media is you always seem to just cover it all up. But there is a hint of it. I made sure that you can see at least a little bit on the top and bottom. That's pretty much it. And then it calls for the title on the top of the Polaroid. So I have a problem with hoarding my Bramble Fox perspectives, and I'm going to try not to do that as much. So I have some autumn ones. It was 3 pieces. It says favorite day, it says hello autumn, and then some leaves. I'm going to put those, all 3 of those are going to make it on, which I'm super excited about. So this was definitely our favorite day of, this was fall break. I didn't plan anything well, so we really didn't have anything going on. So it was perfect opportunity to head up to the Grand Canyon. So it definitely was the favorite day of break. So I did add a little bit extra. I added a tag from the collection. It's a quote from Mother Teresa. And then I am going to take a couple of die cut pieces, and I'm going to use that as my journaling. So one piece says family, one says love lives here, one says love makes a family, one says family is the greatest blessing. So instead of having all of those lines of journaling in the right lower hand part of the layout, that is where my ephemera pieces are going to go. And I also added a couple of hearts, and since that perspective that says hello autumn was in a circle, I decided to bring in some more circles. There were some circle die cuts. One says love this, one says choose joy, one says this is us, to add a little bit of that circular element as well. I also am adding a couple of florals up by the title. On top of the house, I'm adding a die cut piece that says gather together, as well as a little speech bubble with a heart on it. So I think that's the only, that's the only puffy sticker that makes it on. And then I'm going to finish it off with some splatters. I haven't splattered in a long time. So I'm going to do some Heidi Swap in black. And after I turn off the camera, I realize that I have some Shimmers Vibes in rose gold red that I got from Spiegel Mom Scraps. That is the perfect color. So I have a couple of close-ups for you, and you can see those splatters. Oh, I love how this looks. So make sure you head over to Paper Issues and play along with this sketch. And remember to wear your crown, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.